What is going on, fellow outlaws? Outlaw Gary here, and in today's video we're showcasing a pretty hot spot be left alone while hunting in Red Dead Online. Now, of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you guys drop a like, as this location is pretty interesting. Now, what the hell? Is that a cougar? It is a cougar. Holy what? Okay, I didn't know it was right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is very interesting. Now, the location we're currently at is right above Anniesburg, and I like this spot for a few reasons, and I dislike this spot for multiple reasons. But I want to share it with you because this location is super interesting. Of course, as you guys can see, there is a cougar spawn here, but not only is there a cougar spawn, there's also a large abundance of animal spawns in this area. Now, if you guys love hunting like I do, this is a really great way to make some additional money and some XP. And with the big DLCs we should be getting on this year, we should have enough money stockpiled for those said DLCs, because we don't know what to expect. Whether it's a wagon DLC or some kind of new housing you can buy, you want to have enough money to be prepared for whatever Rockstar releases. Now, what's great about this spot is this general area right here. At this spot right here, a gang hideout spawns, and as well, going down towards Anniesburg, there's different ambushes you can run into, as well as a gang hideout over here. Now, I like this spot specifically because we do have a cougar here. As you can see, for some reason, the icon is over here. But we also actually have a cougar that sometimes spawns in this area as well. So there's two cougar potentials here, as well as some really great deer, elk, birds, and just really everything. So right out the gate, you guys can see a bunch of little deer running around in this area. But we're gonna do something a little bit different. I've been talking to some of you guys in my Discord, and many of you guys have been talking about how in my Red Dead Redemption 2 story, I was able to get a cougar to spawn with a predator bait. Now, the big theory right now is whether or not you can do the same thing in Red Dead Online. Now, there's a lot of arguments saying that it's not true. You're not able to do that. And as you guys can see, there's quite a few birds that are flying up ahead. So we got to be very quiet approaching this area. We can get a good look at what is out here. And unfortunately, it looks like someone's campsite just spawned here, which totally freaking sucks. Now, I don't know if this campsite affects the spawn rate of animals, but in this area as a whole, there's generally some pretty good wildlife that spawns. Now, from my understanding, this area as a whole will always have a generated spawn rate of a cougar, an elk, and one whitetail buck. Now, bucks sell for great money if you don't run into your cougar, so it's something always great to fall back on. And apparently there's some birds that also spawn in this area that you can actually get the spawn by throwing down bait. Now, I don't know how true this is, and I'm sure there are other locations we can do this at. Now, as you guys can see, there's a deer here, there's a moose here, and there's also across the river another deer. Now, the amount of deer, moose, and large animals you can kill in this area make it really great for hunting and for extra XP, as well as the sheer amount of fish that spawn underneath this waterfall makes this a prime hunting spot for great experience and some great additional money. Now, in no way, shape, or form is this going to be like your #1 money-making spot, as unfortunately, the closest butcher to this spot is Valentine or Saint Denis. As you guys know, both of them are very far away. But what we're going to go and do is we're going to try this new method that everyone's talking about, and that is using predator bait to spawn different animals. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work fully because of the fact that there is a camp here that might throw off this whole plan, but we gotta give it a go. Now, one thing you always have to be aware of is the fact that if you are doing these types of hunting methods, you gotta be cautious of the animals in the surrounding area. Predator bait is really easy to come by, and if done properly, when I walk away from this spot and head to the train tracks, it should spawn in birds. Now, I don't know how true this is, but apparently this is the new hot thing to do. And if I turn around, guys, I don't think it works like you guys may have mentioned. But regardless, the great thing about this spot is the sheer amount of large animals we can hunt, including the deer. So let's see what we're working with here. We got a deer across the river. We got a moose across the river. The deer actually ran away, it looks like. We have 2 moose, and it looks like a deer right here. Yeah, a deer there. So with all these deers, you should make some pretty decent cash. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on the deer, because I don't believe that the moose are gonna do us any favors. And it looks like there's also some really big fish in the water and some ducks nearby too. Okay. So I have a lot of options here. You can go for feathers, which it doesn't look like feathers are going to be your best bet when it comes to money in this spot, just because the sheer amount of birds just isn't there. But with the hides and things that we can grab off these larger animals, it might be great. So this is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to kill as many deer as possible, including moose. So I'm going to kill this elk first. Okay. There was one more somewhere over there, and I see the deer back there. So all those are gonna die. Let me get my horse over here. Those will go down. Now, unfortunately, with the big game animals like these moose and elks, the problem with them is the fact that you can't put them on your horse. But look at that. Is that a buck? Look at that. They're stuck at the waterfall, which is great for me, bad for them. I think that deer might have just drowned. Nice. We got one more over there. Thinks he's getting away. I'm gonna wait till that one gets across, just so I can get it when it's like on that bank right there. It should be good. Like right there should be good. Wait, what? Perfect. Okay, so a good amount of... What was that? Oh, it's that thing's still dying. Okay, so a good amount of kills here. Now, here's my issue. We sort of ran a little bit too far, it looks like, from these elks that I killed over here. So it's a double-edged sword. If you don't kill all these within like a certain proximity, of course they're gonna just despawn, which in my opinion is one of the worst things about Red Dead Online, is the fact that these things can even despawn over time. And as you guys may know, the fact of the matter is, this is not gonna be your best money maker. Of course, you can be outside Saint Denis shooting the birds that fly by. You can be shooting gators and going towards the butcher, but this overall area is just a great scenic spot for doing exactly what you want to do and not be bothered. I think the problem that I run into most of the time when it comes to hunting is that I'm always bothered by griefers, and I don't know if that's a thing you guys also face, but it's a big problem for me. See if we can grab this deer without... Might not be able to grab this deer. So after some tricky handwork, we've been able to grab the deer. We can actually drop it off right here at this rock. Now, my favorite thing about hunting is the amount of animals, or I guess you should say, the amount of birds you get for feathers. And I know it's not even gonna get that hide, even if I were able to bring it over to me, which really, really sucks, but it is what it is. If we can get a large... Oh, the deer's still there. Shoot. Dang, I think I can go around and get that deer, actually. I think feathers are super key to Red Dead Online, and I gotta know if Rockstar has been nerfing hunting, because I feel like you don't get as much as you used to get when hunting. I just don't feel like that rich when I'm hunting anymore, which is really weird. Now, the ideal situation would be to be able to get a lot of feathers, get a cougar, get bucks from white-tailed deers, and get enough carcasses that on your way back you get at least 1 to 2 gang hideouts and or ambushes. That makes this run really viable for a long-term XP and money farm. Now, if you don't get everything you're looking for from this spot, which includes a large amount of birds, which actually these might work, maybe. Let me see something. If I only want feathers, I'm gonna get rid of my slow and steady, and let's put on painted black for this, just so I can easily just mark all of them with my Deadeye and not have to worry about it. Out of like the 6 or 7 birds that were here, we got about 5 of them, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. We got 3 mallard ducks, which to be honest is not great feathers at all, but I think any amount of money along the way you can make is great. I personally don't think that my main focus right now in Red Dead Online, with how long I've been playing, money making is my big thing. I personally just find enjoyment in hunting. It's something that I find myself doing more so than really anything, and just participating in the free roam. Now, for whatever reason, even though I just hunted those birds and they all died, they keep respawning behind me, and I don't know if that's like a glitch or what, but let's figure out what's going on here. Like, this loon keeps spawning here, and I'm not sure why or how. Like, it just keeps appearing, and these loons are actually worth a lot of money. So if we've just found something that is that great, it's about to be a really, really, really good time here. And look at that, dude. We just got an achievement for 1,000 animal parts collected. That's awesome. Let's reset that award. Ooh, I have another award I could reset. Easy. We just gained 1,000 XP from that, from resetting that award. Now, I'm not sure why, but that loon did spawn twice there. And I'm wondering if it'll happen again while me standing here. And I don't know if it's because we put down the bait earlier, but I'm gonna try to wrap around back to the other side of the railroad tracks. And I'm hoping that the cougar isn't deteriorating, which it may be. So that's not good. So it looks like we got some Canadian geese across the water. So let's go grab that. Where they at? They're right. Dang. A lot of birds spawn. So these are the birds we want right here. We're gonna try to shoot as many as possible. And now, like, thinking about it, you actually decrease the quality of the animals when you use painted black. So when I was shooting those ducks, I was like, it's a good idea, but at the same rate, not really, because I get less feathers. So we're gonna try to go for max feathers here. Oh no. I missed like 2 of them, which isn't terrible, but got quite a lot. So goose feathers are really good money. If you can get perfect geese, then that's fantastic. And I'm not even sure if I'll be able to get those 3 that are in the water right there without the fish consuming them, because they are like in the middle of the water. But if you can take out these geese before they fly away, that is perfect. Now, like I mentioned earlier, that loon over there is good money. I believe the feather alone sells for like $2. And as you guys can see, I just got 3 geese feathers. If I can get max geese feathers from a few of these birds, oof, we're in the money, dudes. We're in the money. On top of that, I'm also gonna take one of these geese on my horse to take back to the butcher, which actually none of them are perfect. So maybe we won't do that. No real reason to be honest. And I don't think I can even grab this. Yeah, because I start swimming. I can't grab these geese that are out there. They're just too far out. I might be able to grab one of these, but definitely not both. No, I won't be able to grab either of them, maybe? Those are perfect too. That sucks. The ones that are perfect, of course, are the ones that are deep in the water. So that's like the downside of shooting birds near water. Again, some of my favorite spots are right outside Saint Denis or right underneath Braithwaite Manor. But you guys suggested this spot to check out because of the cougar, the elk, the white-tailed deer, and so on. And normally these things should respawn on that side. So let's see what happens. So I'll go back over here and look at that, dudes. It all respawned. What the heck? That's crazy. We got a big moose there. What else? A moose and a deer. What is this? A buck. We got a lot of stuff on the other side of this water. So what's great about shooting them so that they bleed out is that you can always go and grab their bodies. It's not really that big of a deal. And I believe this cougar is slowly but surely decaying on the back of my horse. And we didn't even get to check if the loon even spawned there, dudes. I totally forgot. And another buck just spawned right in front of us. So that's 3 like pretty great animals to kill right on top of each other. And I bet if we go back to the other side of the lake, the birds are gonna be there again. It's so weird. I don't know why this lake does this. Like, it just constantly spawns stuff over and over and over. And if you don't want to take the carcasses back, it's still a great spot to just farm hide. Because like deer hide is super easy to throw on your horse. The only enemy you have is disconnection. You really have to combat your internet. If you don't have great internet, I highly recommend only farming birds for money. That's always easy. And we just got 10 XP for killing that deer, so that's awesome. We got the good buck pelt from this one, some buck antlers that's coming out to probably like $4, and then mature venison meat that's just pretty good money as well. And then these elk, I believe they give like really good meat. Let me see. I'm not sure if they give big game meat. Moose antler, let's go. Okay, they give 4 mature venison meat. And as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of collecting meat while I'm hunting, because I cook all the time. I've been super good lately about keeping my cores up. A lot of you guys have noticed, so thank you guys for all the continuous support. I appreciate the love. Yeah, I've been super happy. I've been super happy with the progress I've been making to better myself, to make sure I have all my cores up. All right, dudes, I've been doing my best. I believe the cougar may have also respawned. Let me see if the loon's here. He's not. The loon is not here. Now we can go back towards where the geese are at. And look at this, a turkey there. Turkeys are good money too. Are the geese over there though? That's the money makers I want. Oh my God. 2 deer just right there. We just came from that spot. Wait, 3 deer. There's a deer right there too. Wait, is that 4 deer? All right, those deer should be dead. Those turkeys didn't stick around, did they? No, they didn't. Easy. Deers are super easy to hunt out here. They just keep respawning, and I don't know why. It's so weird. Yeah, it looks like I was too far away from those deers to get credit for them, which is really stupid because I'm pretty sure I got a death hit marker on them. Unless that's them up there. A bunch of coyotes. I could kill a bunch of coyotes. Might as well. Only ended up really getting one, so not even worth the hunt. But it's easy hide, and you also get some stringy meat with it. Like, this spot's good for various reasons. Like, I think it's just a great XP spot and decent moneymaker if you decide to go back to the butcher. Like, trust me. I think farming cops is probably way better in Saint Denis or any of the other spots I've mentioned in the past. But if you want something to change up the pace a little bit, make some extra money and hunt, this spot's not too bad. And look at that, dudes. I'm telling you, this spot it has to be broken. There's a deer there, 2 deer there, and there's also a deer behind. Look at that. Look at all these deer. It's crazy. That's an elk, but still, I'm sure there's 4 on that side, and there's probably another 1 or 2 over there on this side. Let's go look real quick. That's just so weird to me. Look at this, dudes. 1, 2, 3, and then the elk. This whole spot is super freaking weird. Highly recommend you guys come out here if you want to just get some achievements, hunt some deer. It's an easy spot to do it. As you guys can clearly see, like, they just respawn so quick. Like, they respawn more than any other area that I've seen. And I wonder if you could do this with cougars as well. And look at that. There's a loon here. Oh my gosh. Now, I think the loon here just keeps respawning too. Like, it's so weird. That is just so freaking weird. Someone's got to find a hot spot for the loon, dudes. If we can find some really good hot spots for, like, the loons and just birds in general, where we can just get them to respawn like this, oh my God. Money will be flowing off trees, boys. So I ran across the water really quickly, and right when I ran across, these deer over here just respawned. That's crazy how broken this is. Oh, what? That should have been perfect. That should have been a perfect kill. I think the biggest downfall to this spot is the fact that it's so far away from a butcher. If it wasn't, this would be a great spot. If there was like a butcher in Anniesburg, that'd be amazing. Unfortunately, there's not. Maybe we can ask them to put one in. That'd be amazing, though. I don't know why they would, but I wish they could. So all in all, this has been a pretty great hunting spot, as you guys can see. No one's bothered me, and I've just done, like, rotations left and right. And look at this. A freaking another deer. Oh, my God. I missed a clean shot on him. Like, it's so broken here. They just spawn, like, right behind me every time. And is there a deer over there now, too? Probably. We'll see when we go over there, I guess. It's so weird. I don't get it. I don't know why this is a thing. We've made it back to the butcher. Now, I came to the Saint Denis butcher because on the way back, it's much more profitable to go to Saint Denis than it is to go to Valentine, especially with the birds along the way and the gang hideouts and ambush potentials. I didn't stop for any of them, but I wanted to get here as soon as possible so we could show off this stuff. First things first, we gotta get rid of this cougar carcass. $8.10. Like I mentioned before, this is not intended to be a huge money-making video, but instead, showcasing the amounts of money you can make with the amount of deers you can kill. An example, we have 4 poor deer pelt, which is not great, but you can carry an unlimited amount of them, and we're gonna make $3.60 for 4 of them, which is not a ton of money, but it's still pretty decent money for just shooting deer that spawn infinitely. Just super weird to say that. Some good buck pelt, get some good cougar pelt, some coyote pelt for $1, moose antler for $1.75. The one thing I love is the mature venison meat because it sells for 60 cents, so it's 12 bucks right there. It's really easy money from those things. Plump bird meat also pretty cheap to sell, it's 40 cents. Flight feathers not really worth selling, but you get some decent money for them. Goose feathers, 45 cents a pop, making you $4.50. Not too shabby. Turkey feathers, also 45 cents, so making $1.80. You get rid of that bird game meat as well. And then all these antlers, dudes. We're getting $3.50 for all these antlers. And then we're also getting $2.70 for these antlers. And then, of course, the cougar fangs we gotta get rid of. So it's just a lot of just the loon feathers, $1.20. Like I told you, dudes, they're great money. We gotta find a spot that has loons, like by the boatloads. If we can find a spot that has loons, oh my God, that would be amazing. Overall, though, pretty decent amount of loots. And of course, if you guys ever get these small carcasses, make sure you guys open up your inventory. Please don't shoot me. Get these carcasses and then break them down for additional money. We got 2 cardinal feathers from that. So you normally only get 60 cents, but because we broke it down, we're getting 60 cents just from the feathers, plus the flight feathers. So we're getting an additional like 50 cents. So it's not terrible money at all. So of course, you're not going to be a millionaire at this spot, but if you just want to be left alone and do some hunting on your free time and kill some animals, that's definitely a great peaceful spot to do it at. And it's also pretty cool because, well, the animals just spawn unlimited. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you guys drop a like. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. I want to thank you guys so much for the support. I'll see you guys later with a brand new video. Later, guys.